Am I?
No, that was just me saying, no, you smell like poo.
Oh, of course, of course.
Did you watch the
Uh,
video edit that I did?
no, I haven't. I just got out of bedtime duty.
Okay, that's fine. Watch it live with me. I want to get your
Okay.
reaction. So it's gonna be like a reaction video. So I'll share my Facebook. So don't do anything. I'm gonna share it.
I am not touching anything.
That's what she said. Are you? Can you see my Facebook?
Yes.
Okay.
I like it. That's good.
This is co-host Kyle. I'm in Devon, Alberta. I'm going to be tasting a chicken to see how hard it is, and hopefully work on my speed and agility. So I'm gonna maybe try and scare them a bit first. Ooh, this is the one that gets picked on. I feel bad chasing them.
No, no, that's the one. That's the one that's going to be the most fun to catch.
I love that last part. Watch it
Got
again.
speed.
I got speed.
Oh, good work, Ryan. Good
Thank you.
work.
That's what reason. That's why I said give me 15 minutes. I got wrapped up into it, and I was probably I'm such a hack job with these video edits, but it's something, you know.
The
There you go. Okay, so let's
You
share
had
it.
no manager, Ryan.
No, it's true. I could have been a contender, but I had no manager. All right. So yeah, so we're already recording. That was again for our Patreon viewers get to watch Kyle react to his own video live with my little post edit there, and I'm sure everyone on Facebook on our group has seen that video since. But this was Kyle's first viewing, so everyone got to watch that on Patreon. So yeah, I want to say for the as we record this, we have released at the time of this recording one of our live videos. I figured it out, like how we do our recordings. The Patrons liked it. There was some
Oh,
solid.
cool.
Yeah, there was 13 views on YouTube, and so how it works is the link is hidden. Okay, so the only ones that can see the link of where to go, it's called the unlisted video. So you can't even search for it, even if you knew what the title of the video is called. You can't find it unless you have the actual link. And our patrons, so that's how it works. So if you're a Patreon member, you will be provided a link on our Patreon page to these live recordings. Now, you're not interacting with me and Kyle live. I think a couple of people were trying to say hi to us as they were watching the video. They thought we were actually live. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
so that's fine. We're all learning together here. As we stated before, Kyle and I record live because we're not dead. We are alive, but the you're just seeing the raw behind the scenes, the video footage that we get to watch of the movie, the emails that we read, whatever it is. You're basically seeing me and Kyle react, talk, our facial expressions, whatever it might be, and the jokes that don't make the cut. That is what Patreons get. What else do patrons get? Well, Kyle, it's as the community is growing. We're up to 13 members now, and as it's growing, what I found is that because I'm learning how to use this thing too, how to use the Patreon site. Patrons are interacting with me directly from the site, which is really cool. So I'm actually instant messaging our patrons, and we're
Oh,
having
cool.
yeah, so we're actually having conversations about Rocky. They're telling me about the show. Luis Moza, he actually messaged me and said, "Hey, I'm about to listen to the early release on my way to work," and it just is a really cool sense of community. I really like it. I think it's great. Again, it doesn't affect anyone's listening, as they've been listening if they're not a Patreon, but for as low as $1 a month, just $1 a month, you get access to our live video recordings. You get early releases of the audio edit of those recordings, and you get to interact with yours truly, Ryan. If you really want to, you can send me instant messages, talk about your feelings on early releases of the episode, and also you get to feel part of the community. And I'm actually making legitimate friendships with people like Adrian Wallet. He's become like, it's cool. Like, we're actually forming like friendships online, and I think it's really cool.
It's funny how real those online friendships could be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how we became friends, was online. And
Absolutely.
then
we met once in real life. That's it.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's right. And then, like, my wife, for example, was on a Facebook group. It was kind of, it was like a dude baby wearing. But anyways, she made a lot of friends from Europe there, and we stayed with those people when we visited Europe, even though we hadn't met them in real life, and it was great. And it was just like, it's cool how like online group stuff can turn into like real human interaction. It's cool.
And I want to give a shout out to our latest patron. His name is Sean O'Brien, and I believe he goes by on Twitter as Sean Farrell. Does that sound familiar? Okay, so check this out. So I want to give a little shout out to this guy. So Sean Farrell, he messaged me in Patreon. He goes, "Hey, it's me, the annoying guy on Twitter." Now, I'm glad he can laugh at that because Sean Farrell is a very active Twitterer. He's very passionate. He's very passionate about his love of Rocky 5. Specifically the director's cut.
Oh, him. Yeah. Like, I recognize the name, but now that you gave that detail, I know who you're talking about.
Okay, so Sean, I want to give a special shout out to you because I didn't know it was the same guy at the time, so I sent him a message, of course, saying, "Hey, thanks for being a patron and welcome to the Patreon page, and how long you been listening to the show?" And he wrote back, which I thought was crazy. He wrote back at the time, I didn't know who it was. He goes, "Well, I've never really listened to the podcast." He goes, "I interact with you. I'm that annoying Sean on Twitter. I interact with you guys on Twitter," and he says, "I'm going to come on board and support the show and listen to your episodes." Just like that. So right off the bat, this guy becomes a patron. Like, right off the bat. So I want to give a special thank you to Sean for pledging and for jumping on the Patreon. Like, that was amazing, and it truly means a lot. And I just want to let you guys know, we don't have any tiers. All the episodes are free. However, for as low as $1 a month, you get that extra little perk. You get early releases, you get the live video coverage, all that good stuff. So
solid oak floors.
Solid oak floors. Solid. The best acting in the Rocky series. All right, so we didn't get any new emails, though. So I'm really, nothing. Nothing from the Gregs, nothing from Hector. Yeah, so
maybe
I don't
Greg's
know.
on vacation or something. I don't know.
Maybe
he has a life. Who knows?
Yeah, I think these guys have lives. So that's fine. We want to say thank you to all those emails that we do get. But if you want to send us an email and you want that right on the air, gtdwithrr@gmail.com, and we'll read your email, discuss it live on the air. To those who have reached out to me via Twitter, DMs, Facebook, I always, like I said, my promise to you is I always respond. But I'll tell you this much. I'll respond a lot more fuller in the Patreon instant messages. It's kind of I'm being a bit of a jerk, but I'm not, because, I'm actually getting some tweets from people where I don't know if they listen to the show. And I'm not going to lie to you. Okay. For example, I'm going to put you guys behind the curtain here a little bit here. So there's an individual here, and maybe she listens to the show. Her name's Delia, and she asked me, this is weird. Now, I'm not making fun of her. She looks like a young girl. Looks like she plays guitar. She's probably a teenager or early 20s. And she says, "Hello, can you send me a picture of Rocky and Adrian's anniversary cake? I don't remember if I watched it in the 4th or 5th movie. Please." So I responded.
Oh, yeah, it was in the 3rd movie. Or no, it was the 4th. It was the 4th. Never mind.
Yeah, she goes, "Oh, it's not my birthday, or you celebrate an early anniversary, and do we fight that?"
She's like, "Our anniversary's like 9 months away."
Yeah.
Like, at least 3 months ago, you just had an anniversary.
So
no, maybe it's 9 weeks away. It
wasn't 9 months. It was, I think it was a few months or whatever. Anyways, the point is,
9 weeks. Yeah,
it was Rocky 4, and there was a bride and a guy with boxing gloves. She goes, "Oh, is our marriage that rough, or do we fight that much?"
Yeah.
a cute little moment. Now the thing is I wrote back, said, hey, sure, I'll find it. Do you listen to our podcast? Now she hasn't responded yet, and the reason why I asked is because I don't mind. I love interacting with our listeners, specifically our listeners, but I can't believe how many times I get messages from people, Kyle, where it's like, I know you're a fan of Rocky, and I'm a fan of Rocky, but I'm running a podcast, and this is a Twitter podcast. Like, it actually says this is a Twitter Rocky series podcast. Like, if you want to just like ask people to find you Rocky things, there are hundreds of Stallone and Rocky podcasts where all they do is circulate.
Okay, Ryan, this is what you say to her.
What?
I run a podcast here, not a goddamn soup kitchen.
I should have said that. Now, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm not, she's new to the internet. I mean, she's figured out enough to message me on Twitter. But I'm just going to do this. Watch this. Rocky anniversary. I haven't done this yet. Cake. Scene. I'll even go scene just to nail it down a little bit. Let's see what we find here. Oh! Let's go to images. Can you see this, Kyle?
No, it froze your screen here.
It just says, because I'm not, okay. So for our Patreon viewers, they'll see, and for our listeners, I'm sure you'll believe me when I say, there you go, second image that came out, a screenshot of the anniversary cake. Now, it probably took her longer to write the tweet.
Ryan, she wants attention from you. She doesn't. She could have Googled the image, but she wants you to do something for her.
Well, I'm going to do it right now.
Gives her a sense of power, and she knows she's interacted with you.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
Part of your newfound celebrity.
Oh yeah, I'm so popular. I am so popular. Okay, here we go. I'm doing it. Everyone can see me doing this. I'm sending her the picture. Here we go. She's received it. I wonder if I'll get a message back from her. Okay. All right. So there you go. So no new emails. No new reviews on iTunes. Again, I don't want to sound like a jerk, but I know the numbers that we get every episode. I'm telling you this much. There is a 95% of you are... Look at this. 95% of you, and Kyle gets mad at me for saying this, and I apologize. And if you can see my face, you know that I'm smirking. I'm having a little bit of fun here, so don't think I'm serious. However, there's like 90 to 95% of you who just leech off of our show, who don't interact.
Oh, for Christ's sake, Ryan.
All they do is just listen. They're like succubuses, They listen to the show.
What do you mean to our podcast people?
They listen on their way to work, if they're going to work, or if they're doing chores around the house while they're doing their workout, and they're like, yeah, thanks guys, thanks for that 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes of entertainment. I really appreciate the editing that Ryan did and the research you guys did and the banter and the fun times. But you know what? I'm never gonna let you know that I listen. No, never. Okay, that's fine. And I practice what I preach. For those who listen to my show, and there are those that I listen to their podcast, guess what? I tell them. I say, hey, I like your show. You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. That's it. And they appreciate it. But, who am I? Okay.
I'm just here working hard at my podcast. And, if you don't want to appreciate me and want to see me all lonely doing this, that's your right to do it. But, I'm just going to be here with suicidal thoughts. And
yeah, I'm just lying in my bed. If you don't help me out, my podcast will be busted.
That is Jewish grandma level guilt trip right there.
Yeah, I know, and I'm not even Jewish. I know. Yeah, I know. I'm having fun. I 99% of it's having fun. But I would be, and Kyle would have to agree, we would be lying if we said, and we've said this before, if we thought nobody was listening and nobody cared. That's all. Just feed our ego a little bit. This helps fuel the fire. Okay. So no new emails, no new reviews. We got one new Patreon. Thank you, Sean. Hope you're enjoying the show. You're going back to hundreds of episodes back. You're lucky you get the binge on a lot of episodes, a lot of great interviews for the past. If you're new to the show, I recommend, at the very least, if you don't want to hear like every movie broken down like we've been doing every season, go back and listen to some of the interviews, some incredible interviews and one-off reviews of other Stallone films. Okay. What else? Oh, I want to give a shout out to a podcast. Speaking of that, a podcast called The Too Many Captains, the Movie Podcast. I just started listening to their podcast, and they've been listening to mine, apparently. One of the hosts. They have like 3 or 4 hosts on their show. But one of their hosts, his name is the Professor on that podcast. That's his nickname. He's a huge Rocky fanatic, and I think he's listening to our show. He better, because I'm giving him a plug, and I listen to his show. But we'll find out. But thank you anyways for his support on our social medias. I think that's it. Yeah, we didn't get any. Oh yeah. Who's following Kyle? Kyle, who's following you on Twitter?
Oh yeah, I got a new follower like this afternoon, and I had to block a follower. This is another French follower, female.
Wait. Slow down. So let's do your new follower first.
Okay, sorry. I'm just going. I was getting in my Twitter now.
I think you had 2 new followers.
Yeah, I think I've had a couple ones, but like I had one like a couple hours ago.
Okay, so we talked about Kevin O'Loughlin last recording, right? Yeah.
Right now it says, oh shoot, for some reason I'm on airplane mode.
No, I got it for you. I'll help you out because when you're on the PC mode for Twitter, when you go to your followers, it always does an order of recent to latest.
Okay, no, I have it now.
Okay.
So Brady Winningham,
Mm-hmm.
he just followed me, and I think he does some sort of martial arts.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's the blue belt or the black belt in this picture.
Well, we don't know if he's the blue belt or the black guy with the black belt.
Yeah, I don't know. But if it's karate, you should talk to me because I also do karate, so we could.
You could spar together. I'm gonna make a bet that it's the white guy.
Yeah, who knows? Probably. I assumed it was.
I'm not trying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I hope it's the white guy. I mean, just joking, Brady. Brady follows the show as well. So Brady, welcome to Kyle's Twitter feed, and thank you for supporting Going the Distance as well. And your other follower, Kyle, you got a new one there.
Jake Geesey.
Yes, Jake Geesey. He's married to Nikki. Did you know that?
Now I do.
He's married to, you know what, Jake, and I hope you don't get mad at me. Jake, I guarantee you Nikki's pretty. I've never met an ugly Nikki.
Yeah, like for instance, Nikki Glaser, a comedian. She's pretty cute.
Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue. She's cute.
Yeah, so it's guaranteed, basically.
Dad to Kaylee, Daniel, and Keegan. That's a cool name, Keegan. I like that. Believer in Jesus, Steelers fan, and living each day better than the last prayerfully. So he's very religious. Jake, Kyle and I are a couple of terrible atheists, so I hope that doesn't stop you from listening to our show.
Oh, you dropped the A-bomb. I don't know, man. This is bad for optics because everyone hates atheists.
I know. I know. But you know what, Jake, we love you, and thank you for supporting the show. No, and he you know what? He follows my personal he follows my personal Twitter and the Worst of the Best podcast. So if you like Ryan, me, and my banter, and you want to hear me talk about different subjects, come check out my sister podcast called The Worst of the Best Podcast. It's a fun show, variety of topics, music, movies, celebrities, great show. And Jake, he follows that show as well. So Jake, thank you for your support on all my platforms. Very cool of you.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
And who did you block? Tell us the blocking story.
I can't remember her name.
Not your girlfriend
Marie. No. Okay. This was another person from France, though.
Oh.
Where Marie is also from. So, yeah, she followed me, and I got confused. And for some reason, I thought that you were following her or something, even though you weren't. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll follow her back because I just assumed she was maybe a friend of the podcast or something. I didn't really read her profile much.
Right.
And then as soon as I did that, or not long after, I got a message in French. And, well, actually, yeah, it was like I got a really brief message in French, and I could understand it. It was just like greeting me and asking me how's it going. And I replied in French that, you know, like I'm doing well, but I'm not fluent, and I can't really follow a conversation. And then she ignores that and then posts some huge thing in French. But my wife speaks French, and so I showed it to my wife, and it was probably really a dude behind the screen, but it was sexual. I not really sexual in nature, but it was like obviously kind of coming on, looking for some sort of relationship or something like that. on Twitter.
Sure.
So
Weird.
and then
Okay.
she started like liking stuff on my profile, and one was like one of my kid, and so I'm like, ooh, block.
Oh, okay. All right. No, you did the right thing. So, Kyle, all right. Who did Kyle block this week? Next time, take a notice of who that is so we can, listen, quite frankly, warn our fans. Do a little bit of social media shaming on these individuals. Why not?
Yeah, shoot, I might have. I can probably find out who it is because I sent a screenshot of it
There you go.
to my wife. But
All right. Well,
yeah.
that's it. That's our housekeeping. That was quick.
Oh, actually, I do have her name because I messaged you, and I was like, "Do you know this person?"
Oh,
And you
yeah.
said no.
That's right.
Just hold on a second here. Okay, I have it here. Marilyn
Right.
Freyo.
Yeah. Sounds fake.
Yeah. So she's following 78 people and has 4 followers and joined in May 2020. So probably a bot or a weirdo.
Right.
Who knows?
All right, Kyle, you ready? We're ready. This is it. We are ending Rocky Balboa.
Welcome to Rocky Land.
Okay. So we get this up here. And make sure we're recording because I want to really make sure we're recording when we get to the meat of this. Yeah, here we go. This is it. I would assume we're finishing Rocky Balboa discussion. I think it ends today. It's kind of weird. It's just I feel like it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's got all things have to come to an end though.
Speaking of our Patrons, we like I said, if you're a $5 or more Patreon subscriber, you can do a request for Kyle and I to do a one-off movie discussion, like a movie request. Anything. Really anything. I think it'd be funny, but obviously anything that's closer to the vein of a Stallone film or something, that'd be great. And we want it to be a non-Stallone film, particularly.
Because I was gonna say I'm like Party at Kitty and Studs. Cause
no,
I'd pay $5 to send that request in.
Well, it's funny that you say that. I do that. Those episodes with Craig and Doug, and we do the Stallone films. That's what we do. That's our little project on the side. Is we do those. So that's going to be our last episode of that little side project. Is Party at Kitty and Studs. That's how we're gonna. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes. Oh yeah, we're gonna review it. Absolutely.
I have watched parts of it. It's like really long.
That's what she said.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I don't know in this case, but my God, for a porno movie, it was incredibly boring.
No, it's. I suspect it's probably pretty bad. Well, I know it is.
Oh, it is. Yeah, yeah.
All right. So, where was I going? Oh yeah. So Bloodsport got a couple of votes from both Louise and Adrian. They both want Bloodsport. I think that'd be a good one, and also because you haven't seen it. So
yeah.
All right. So how those will work is how I do the other movie reviews. It'll be just one episode. And it'll be Kyle and I will watch it on our own, and then we'll have it on in the background, and we'll talk about scenes and stuff. So there you go. So again, everyone will get to hear the episode, but Patreon users get to vote on a movie to review. Okay, here we go. I'm excited. I think we're here, Kyle. Mason broke his hand. It was the end of the round, and I think that war music kicks in. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rocky Balboa has knocked the reigning heavyweight champion down.
Ryan, there's something wrong with the screen. I can't see the movie.
Oops, my bad. I think I forgot to reshare. Stand by. Where are we? Oh, wrong one. New share. My bad. Yep.
Okay, I can see it now.
Yeah. So it says here Rocky Balboa has knocked the reigning heavyweight champion down. So definitely a callback to the first Rocky.
Yeah, and it's in a more believable way because kind of a freak event occurred with the hand breaking, which gives Rocky a chance and kind of evens the playing field. Because now Mason has a physical handicap he has to deal with too. So it's more a matter of who's better at enduring through a fight.
Can I talk about something here?
Sure.
Well, it's not spoiling anything. I can't imagine anyone's listening to this episode. that hasn't seen this film. However, Rocky Rocky loses the fight. He doesn't get knocked out. Goes the distance. Loses by points. Like we said, he can't. If he doesn't knock Mason out, he's not going to win by points. Mason is technically a better fighter because he's younger, he's quicker, he's going to score more points overall. Isn't that how you see it?
Yeah. Although, if I remember the scorecard, it was like
pretty close.
It was close-ish. Like Mason won. Oh no, it was split decision actually.
Okay.
So that was another.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
So it was close.
What I'm trying to get at. Oh, go ahead.
Because Mason, he's gonna get pummeled in the next few rounds because he has this broken hand he has to deal with, right?
I guess there's a small part of me that kind of wishes they didn't use the broken hand, like, because no offense to Mason, and like I know Rocky in this movie is 59 years old or very close to it in the film, but Mason isn't Drago. I kind of wish they just had it play out the same way it played out without the broken hand. That's all.
I guess
it weakened him too much.
Right?
It weakened him too much, didn't it?
Well, because it's like they say, okay, well, it's gonna take like 3 rounds for that hand to numb up, and then he's gonna be able to throw it hard, and then he's gonna be like devastating again, right? So there's like this 3-round window where Rocky gets a chance.
Okay, well, let's watch it then.
Do some damage. So I personally I like.
Okay. Maybe I'll change my mind. It's been a long. I don't know how long it's been. I've seen this movie more than once, but probably less than 10 times, if that makes sense. So I don't think I'm in the double digits with this film. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll find out how I feel. Well, so with her with the hot ladies. Watch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, well, there's just some hot chicks.
Yeah, well, that's Jennifer Flavin with probably her friends. She's got her arms around them. Did I miss it or did I go back too far?
No, well, yeah, it'll come up.
Okay. Yeah, so it's Jennifer Flavin there in the middle, and she was also in Rocky V, by the way.
Really? Who was she?
I think she was just one of the models, or something.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm just waiting for
his wife back then.
Right here. Look at this one here with the just bouncing.
Yeah, it's the MILF chorus line there.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
She's so happy to be married to somebody worth $500 million. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I want our listeners to send us an email about your thoughts on our coverage of Rocky Balboa, of the Going the Distance, the podcast in general, how you might want us to cover the Creed films, any final points, things like that before we get into the Creed films, and what else? Yeah. And we'll make an episode of reading fan mails, talking about some of the deleted scenes. And there you go. I love that shot there.
Yeah. No, this was a nice... I remember they really enjoying this part in the theater, too.
Yeah.
Like, watching the people go up the steps. And I hadn't gone to Philly yet, but I had my tickets booked.
Oh, wow.
And so, man, I was just so excited to do that.
Oh, you're lucky. Well, Kyle, I appreciate this. Appreciate it.
Well, hey, thanks for having me on, especially as a co-host. And even though we're not ending the podcast per se.
No. This is not the end of season 6 yet. This is our ending of Rocky Balboa, the 6th film of the franchise. We'll do one or two more episodes. No more than 2 episodes. I will say that right now. It won't be more than 2 episodes. So we'll probably do Bloodsport and do a kind of a fan mail read, let people kind of catch up, because there's people that aren't weekly. There's people, because people are downloading episodes all the time from the past. So we're gonna give it a couple of weeks for people to catch up to the podcast to the end, send in their fan mail, if there is any. If there's not, we'll just do a quick little roundup episode, and then we'll start Creed 2 in a few weeks' time. That's crazy. Oh, sorry, Creed 1. Whatever. Sorry. Yeah. I'm punchy. It's 12:15 at night for me here. So, Thanks everyone. Thanks in all seriousness, I do want to thank our listeners. I truly do. The listeners are first and foremost. We love you guys. Thank you so much for listening to the show. for coming week after week, for following us on Twitter and going to the distance page and all that. We just appreciate you guys so much. We really do. We hope everyone's being safe and all that good stuff. Kyle, you ready?
Doom.
All right. Well, I'm just going to let the last 10 seconds roll here because it's only fair, people that are watching. That is it. All right. All right, brother. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
We'll talk to you
See
later.
cool.
I'll talk to you later.
Are you going back to? Are you back at work yet?
No date yet, but soon. It's going to be sooner than.
Okay.
Put it this way, sooner than the time that we left.
I was gonna say enjoy your long weekend, but you know.
we're on 24 hours recall notice now. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It's coming, but it's not Monday. No.
Yeah. Fair enough.
All right. Cheers, brother.
Yeah. Have a good one, man.